However, it is in the reverse position. So when Ten of Coins comes in the reverse position, it can mean that you're not going to receive as much as you had expected. Or say if you were expecting a large sum of money to come to you, it may be delayed. It may just not be as much as you thought all at once. This card in the upright position means security. It means the money that is reaped from good decisions made over time. You can see the couple here, they're in their castle, they're in a fortress, and it means money that's handed down from generations, that has accumulated over time from the good decisions that are made. In the reverse position, it's saying that there may be things that are not as secure as you had hoped, or that the money is just waiting, it's in shadow, it's in holding position, or that if there's any sort of legal thing going on, that the result or the reward may not be as great as you had hoped. There's still money there, it's still showing, this card is 10 of coins and it is showing up, but it may be that it's not what you had thought. And sometimes when this card is in reverse, it can be like a divorce settlement. So because this couple is in reverse, this can be the money that was surrounding the estate, the common assets between the two. It can be money related to the home, so where there was wealth before, that wealth is not available to you right now. So that's 10 of coins in reverse energy. You do have Page of Swords. And before I go into this card, I want to say something about all these cards here. You have a lot of yellow and red energy in this spread for March, Aries. And yellow and red and orange are all fire colors. So it's all colors of action, of vibrancy, it really suits you, Aries, because you're a fire sign. So it says that this month, March, may be a good time to take action. There's some air elements here. You've got 3 swords. Actually, you have a 4th swords card, but you have some swords energy, which is involving air and the mental element. But a lot of this is red, fire, passion, activity, vitality. So I'm seeing you as having a lot of energy in March, Aries. So if you're looking to like take on a project, it might be a good time. This is Page of Swords, and Page of Swords is a younger man who is somewhat of an idealist. He carries this one sword, which represents the truth. It's one idea. When I see this card, I'm always reminded of like a young college student who has found a cause that they want to take up. It's something like discovering something that you really believe in. It's discovering something that's true for you. It's someone who, in the Rider-Waite, stands on the top of a hill and is willing to defend his truth. So this could be you feeling inspired. It could be you coming across a truth that you want to defend, being willing to stand up for that, and feeling sort of that youthful enthusiasm, that zealousness that Page of Swords brings to things. However, it may be related to something where the old regime is crumbling. When Tower comes, there is change afoot. It's sudden, dramatic change. You can see these lightning bolts striking the tower, and what seemed very established is crumbling away. The fact that it's in the reverse position says you may have some resistance of accepting this change. There may be some fear related to this card, or sometimes I say doubt when it's in the reverse position. It's what I'm seeing it here is as resistance. This change is inevitable. It's coming from the heavens. And change is not necessarily always a bad thing. Sometimes when the old structures burn away, it allows for new life to come. It allows for freedom to break open. Sometimes, you know, the big old structures can be a hindrance to things. I'm seeing it within reverse with this 9 of Cups in reverse. And this card, 9 of Cups, is all about wish fulfillment, satisfaction, having things go your way, feeling full, feeling satiated. In a lot of decks, this card is a card of the banquet. You can see all the wine goblets on the table, and it's usually a card of feasting. When it's in the reverse position, it's saying, you know, perhaps your wish may not be fulfilled this time around, or that you may have to wait for that wish fulfillment. It may mean that sometimes when this card is in the reverse position, it means not feeling satisfied. So what I'm seeing here is that with this card, with Page of Swords, you need to stick to your guns. You need to keep that one vision, that one thought, because things are changing and it may not be according to your wishes. So even though you may not feel full and satisfied, you may have to go make a change that feels a little unsatisfactory to you right now. If for example, this tower has crumbled, and you're having to do something different, it may feel like you're having to step down from something, or that it's an inferior move, that it feels like you're taking a step down, or it may feel like it's not satisfactory to you. It's just part of the change right now. If you keep a hold of your vision and your truth and what you want to stand up for, that's what's important here. There may not be as much money available to you, or the riches or the luxury that you had experienced before, but keep your eyes on the prize is what this card says. Be willing to stand up for what you know is true. In the middle of the month, you may have some ways in which you can collect the rewards or the spoils or the riches from whatever had happened. It looks like when this is Five of Swords, and when this card appears, the sun is setting on some battle. I'm seeing it as related to this tower, because this was a dramatic change that had happened recently, either at the beginning of March, or something that you're still reckoning with that has happened in February. But Five of Swords says, when the sun sets on this change, this battle, this dismantling of what exists, that there is some reward to be collected from it. There is, when these swords show up, these are ideas and these are thoughts, and this person is collecting the swords that are left over on the battlefield. So what it's saying to me is that be careful that you don't miss out on, because it's in the reverse position, don't miss out on the things that you can collect from the situation having happened. There are sort of diamonds in the mud, if you will. Like if what has happened has caused you some dissatisfaction, some upset, or some tumultuousness, there are lessons to be learned, things that you can collect, sort of pearls of wisdom that you can take away from this situation as the sun has set on it. Don't be reluctant to go and reassess and reevaluate what is it that's good in this situation. What can I gather and what can I collect from what has happened? This card here, Seven of Wands, is very similar in some ways to this card. Seven of Wands means success despite adversity, being willing to defend your territory. It's kind of like this card in the sense that Page of Swords defends his ideals and defends his truth. Seven of Wands is someone who defends their space, and he is sometimes this card is considered struggle, but it's also considered success despite adversity. So even though there's troubles happening, you have to see that you're actually in an advantageous position, that you're at the top of the mountain fighting whatever is coming at you from below. So you are in a position, even though it feels challenging and difficult, you're in a position of strength. You're in a position that is of advantage. So see if you can recognize that in the situation. I think it has something to do with collecting the the spoils from whatever has happened, collecting the lessons, the thoughts, the ideas from what has gone on, especially around middle March. And there's an interesting theme here with this card, and this card. It goes from Page of Swords to Seven of Wands to Magician. This is an evolution of power, an evolution of strength, of boldness. Page of Swords says, I have this idea, I'm willing to defend it. Seven of Wands says, even though there's struggles, I'm willing to defend my territory, to stand up for what I believe, to be assertive, to go for it. And then Magician creates what he wants. So see if you can identify with that evolution of kind of holding on, sticking to your guns, holding on to your own power, and you will be able to, it looks like at the end of the month, Aries, create what it is that you want. Magician is the first card of focus, first card of the major arcana. Fool is 0, so it's kind of a precursor card, but Magician is the first numbered card as card 1 of the major arcana, and it's a card of consciousness, of focus. It's taking all the elements that are in front of you. So it's Cups energy, which is emotional energy, Coins energy, which is physical stuff, material, Swords energy, which is thought and the mental element, and then Wands energy, which is that enthusiasm, that courage, that fire, that life. So he's taking all of these elements and mixing them together to bring down from the heavens what it is in the thought, the etheric realm, and bring it right down here to earth and say, abracadabra, there it is. I create this. I will it to be before me. So you have that running through the theme of March, but you're really going to have to stick to your convictions, fight for it, work for it, and then create it. So it's available to you. You just have to, it's almost like you have to really choose it. You really have to like say, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to create, and I'm willing to fight for it. Then in the middle of the month, you have the Lovers card here. Lovers means all the things that lovers represent, which is intimacy, closeness, a focus on the love relationship. Sometimes it can mean compromise. I'm seeing it in the reverse position here. That's why I'm getting that compromise. There may be some compromises that you need to make in your current relationship, or if you're not in relationship, you may want to look at how it is you need to adjust and meet someone halfway, or adjust your thinking about relationship matters. Are you showing up in a balanced way? Are you, because Lovers represents male and female energy, or it represents a complement of two wholes, two people coming together and sharing that closeness, being willing to be open and vulnerable. You can see in this card that they're both naked, so that means coming without any pretense, shedding anything that's artificial. It's really being honest and open with who you are. So with this in the reverse position, is there a way that you're resisting that intimacy, resisting vulnerability? Are you having any fears or doubts, or is there irritation involved regarding relationship? If so, the antidote to that is forgiveness. This card is Judgment, and this card means leaving the ghosts of the past behind. You can see in this card that this family is coming up from the grave. It's sort of like the old shadows of the selves. I call this like the old baggage of the self. And what's happening is that this trumpet of fire, spiritual fire, is renewing them. It's saying, come up out of the old, leave the past behind, have new life. And this card, to me, always talks about the power and renewal, spiritual renewal of forgiveness. So especially if you are having issues regarding relationship, see how you can embody and use this power of the Judgment card of, seeing things from a greater perspective, infusing things with new life, often to doing with forgiveness, both of yourself and of others, and see if you can correct whatever's going on in this card, whether it's an existing relationship or it's a block to having relationship that you want. See if there's a way in which you need to employ forgiveness to correct what's going on in this card in the middle of March for you, Aries. Then I also see King of Rods showing up. King of Rods is a fire sign. So this could be either you, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. For some reason, I'm seeing it as you, Aries, and the reason that I'm saying that is that I'm seeing that this King of Rods is looking away from Magician. These are both pretty powerful characters. This is the King of Fire, and this is Magician, you know, the first major arcana card. So I'm seeing a split in your consciousness between recognizing doing things this card means doing things your own eccentric way. It means having boldness, having courage. He does things, he's the King of Fire, so he does things that have to do with action, and he does it in a way that no one else does. Some archetypes of this card are Mozart, Walt Disney. You know, they create things. That fire energy is all about being creative, bringing something new to the world, taking action, and he does things in his own unique creative way, and he completely believes in himself. So does this card. Magician knows that he has the power to create what he wants. He is the living embodiment of magic. He pulls from the infinite world. You can see there's 2 infinity symbols here, and he pulls from the infinite world to bring things here to Earth. However, because King of Rods is looking away, I'm wondering, is there a way in which you are not trusting your own unique creative gifts and therefore not creating the results that you want? If this cards were in this position, I would say you have this unification, this synthesis in what you're doing. The fact that they're in this position says there's some way that you're looking away from yourself. You're looking away from your creative power. You're not recognizing all that you're capable of, Aries. So I want you to just focus on that in support of the evolution that's happening here. You may have to stand up for what you believe in, defend it, put effort, toil, maybe even struggle towards it, but you have this Magician showing up. You can create what you want, and trust that even if it's in a unique, different way, you know, it's something that you haven't seen before, you can do that, especially towards the end of the month of March. And then towards the end, I also see you've got some Swords energy. You've got this 6 of Swords is about recovery. It's about traveling from a difficult place to a smoother place. It's helping yourself or someone else from difficult waters to smoother seas, to a new horizon. Sometimes this card is a card of healing. And this card, 4 of Swords, is all about taking time out, rest, recuperation, recovery. I call this my R&R card. It depicts a soldier who is resting, taking a time out from battle to fight another day. So what I'm seeing with these cards is that there may be some effort, and you need to take action on that and realize that you are absolutely capable. This card is so creative and so bold and so charismatic, and you know, it's the King of Fire. He's able to create wonderful things. Same with Magician. And he does it through his focus, his soul-mindedness, his single purpose. He's one with his own mind, his own consciousness. So see what you can create with this energy, and then you may need to take a rest. You may need to sort of process everything that's gone on, especially with this Tower energy at the beginning of the month. It's interesting. It's an interesting theme here, though, because you have what seems like a little bit of struggle, but standing up for things. And then as you evolve through that, you're able to have a lot of creative power here. But then after you employ that, you may need to take a rest and just recover from that.